Sunset Boulevard, Hollywood, California. Must be Norman, Murder FM.
How you doing, man? Dude, thanks for being here tonight, man. I really appreciate it.
Pleasure. I know Texas is in the house. Like I just told your boy CJ from Granite, Texas and California are really like countries. They're not even states.
Most definitely like are, man. I mean, we were in Northern California last night before this show, and it was just like, it's a whole other world.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It really is.
Cali and Texas, that's bigger than Europe, right?
Yeah,
there, man.
absolutely, dude.
Amazing stuff. So tell us about growing up, getting that music bug, at what age, and who were the artists that did it for you?
You know, I was about 4 years old when I came across Kiss. I had actually, my mom...
Interviewed Paul Stanley.
No, are you serious?
I'm telling you right now, man.
Can you go back and tell him I said hi?
Humble.
Paul Stanley, I love you.
I'm hungry after 50 years.
Right, that's amazing, man. Yeah, I had seen them when I was 4 years old, and they really kind of set the pace. That, you know, they set it up for me, man. It was like that show, that over-the-topness, that big arena thing, and it was like, and it was beyond the character thing for me. I didn't realize it at the time, but it was just so big and so dark, yet so hooky and melodic, and I realized that kind of stuck with me through the years. So Kiss set it off for me. I mean, then I came across Guns N' Roses, and I wanted to be Slash and Axl in one. You know, this is why I sing and play guitar. And then that turned into 9 Inch Nails.
On Sunset Boulevard,
I know, man.
Right up here, man.
And it's like, then we turned that into 9 Inch Nails, Depeche Mode, The Cure, and kind of really getting into the dark side of things. And you kind of put those in a pot, and that's kind of where I, you know, kind of came up with the Murder FM thing, you know.
Wow, that's amazing. Now I know CJ says you're a teacher.
Yes.
You help young artists and vocalists doing guitarists do their thing.
Yeah, I've got
Talk about why that's important to give back and to help grow.
It is extremely important to give back. I own a music school in Dallas called the Sound Foundation. CJ actually teaches there as well, and we pull favors, you know, like getting bands, friends of ours. We've had Machine Head, Gemini Syndrome, you know, I mean, just countless bands come in. Alice Cooper, Chuck Garrett from Alice Cooper, Tommy Lee's a big supporter from Motley Crue, and it's important because we didn't have that growing up, you know, and it's like people forget that it's hard to be in a band, and there's no real way to cut your teeth. You know, when you're 4 years old, you can start playing t-ball.
You need mentors.
Yeah, and you've got 14 years to take a stab at trying to be a professional baseball player, but you don't really even figure this out till you're 15 and 16 years old, when you've got 2 years left and everyone's giving you the what are you going to do with college talk and stuff. So for us to be able to do that and to do it in real time and break that rule of those that can't teach, we're actually doing it and we're teaching it, you know. So they're learning this stuff in real time, and it's a really great thing, you know what I mean? Like, we're really proud to be a part of it.
Well, you know, it's so sad.
I'm glad I was able to start it, you know?
It's sad when they pull music out of the schools, like the first thing that goes, man. Oh, we don't have art, we don't have music, you know. And obviously, it's a godsend to be able to learn from people that actually do this for a living or really out there in another level, you know. But more importantly, you know, where would we be without music? It's all
Absolutely.
Technology keeps coming at us, and we seem to be losing the importance of music.
Yeah, we do, man. You got to keep rocking, kids.
You know,
it's a mental thing.
We're losing Glenn
It's a
Frey,
mental
the
thing.
Eagles. We're losing David Bowie.
Yep.
We're losing Scott Weiland and Stone Temple
Pilots. We need some new ones. We need some new heroes.
You know?
So if not me, it's got to be the next generation.
Definitely in line, but there's
thanks,
got to
man.
be some, you know, some underlay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's got to be there, man. It's got to keep going forever.
You know,
it has to be.
Video games alone ain't gonna make your life. You know?
Right? Yeah.
Today is just, you know, go outside, throw a ball, man, hit a drum.
Right.
You know, do something.
That's what I'm saying. Hit your balls on the drum.
I'm telling you, man.
I've done that too.
All the stories of the people that have toiled for years right here on Sunset Boulevard that made the next Metallica, that made the next Guns N' Roses, that made the next Kiss. I mean, I talked to all these bands and I asked them about the times when they first came to Hollywood or California, and just felt the vibe, because like I say, I lived in Texas. I go to Texas. I know.
So you know, man. Absolutely.
You know, Texas, Louisiana.
Absolutely.
You know, so out here we're real, you know, proud. Obviously, we can shoot over to Vegas,
Yeah.
Phoenix, but California, man, it's like a country.
It is. It's a great place to be, man. I'm glad to be here tonight.
Yeah.
And thank you for coming.
Have you been out here before?
Oh, yeah.
Territories for you?
No, I mean, Chico, California last night was virgin territory. But I've been popping some NorCal cherries since I was 19, so it was just another one in the mix.
Exactly. As long as it's Cali, it's either Northern California in the middle or Southern California.
Exactly.
You know, San Diego and
SD.
And, oh man, there's
619. What? That's where my family is. Absolutely, absolutely.
Besides the bands that are from here, so many bands move here.
Yeah.
They're like, what winter?
Right.
Is this winter?
Yeah, you know what?
Sign me up, man.
I do like the cold, though. I'm like, bring on the cold.
A little snow every once in a while.
Right, exactly, man. I need some Four Seasons.
Too easy.
Right.
You know, what I can't take is the Florida humidity. I know we deal with it and all that.
Right.
But man, I mean, there's some extreme.
Yeah, there is.
There.
There definitely is.
And I guess Texas gets a little swampy in this.
We do. You know what I mean? That's why I'm a fan of the cold. You know, I've grown up in the heat, so I need some cold.
You had your choice. You just
exactly.
Cold, you put the hoodie on,
and here we go.
Amazing. Now tell us about the latest music. You know what you're most proud of achieving with it. If there's any topics or subjects we know about this.
I think you know, lyrically, it was a big change for me because I wasn't just writing introspectively, but rather attacking things from a story standpoint, you know, sometimes as well, and really trying to make things not about the I, but about the we. You know, I grew up on anthems, and I'm like, where are these anthems? Where are these songs for people? Like, who wants to hear me bitch and complain about my problems? Let's try and turn it into something that can relate to everybody. And so I really tried to have a little bit of a broader spectrum in the thinking in that regard. And then, you know, a couple notable things that really happened was Tommy Lee remixed our single We the Evil. We got Will from Evanescence, who played drums on the title track Happily Never After. So it was cool to work with, you know, people that I looked up to, you know what I mean?
How'd you get
and so
Tommy involved?
It's a weird kind of thing. It just happened. Our A&R guy was like, I want to send these songs to Tommy. I think he'll enjoy them. You know, there might be something he can do. And we're like, yeah. Sure, send them to Tommy Lee. He'll love it, right?
Yeah, he'll get right back to you.
Yeah, and he did. And he emailed me, and it was in my inbox, and I remember just staring at it because at one point, my inbox had Will from Evanescence. The next message was Bo Hill, our producer, and he's freaking legendary. And then Tommy Lee. And I just like looked in my inbox like, wow.
The circle's getting
This
wider.
is real, yeah. And so that was all those things, you know, working with those dudes and trying different things lyrically, and
So
you know.
he's still just a music fan. He said, I like it. Let me.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely, and he's been one of our biggest supporters now, which is even cooler. Yeah.
Why I helped those guys when they first came out here back in the early '80s.
Oh, did you really?
For Love, all that shit. So always great to see Nikki and Tommy, and you know they've stayed hungry and humble.
Come on, Rudovich.
Nicky's going out there in his new band, 6 AM, and like starting all over again.
Yeah, that's
He's
awesome.
So humble.
They're awesome dudes.
You know, and Tommy's just a big teenager. Come on, man.
He is, dude.
The guy's in his 50s.
He's too much fucking
He's like
fun.
18 for life.
He is. I mean, I remember he came to Dallas, and Tommy and I were like hoverboarding like through the arena.
Yeah.
He's just like, dude, you got to get on this. I got you one. I'm like practically breaking my neck. You know what I mean? And he's trying to
keep up
yeah.
with that dude.
Yeah, dude. It's Tommy Lee's he's out of control, but he's been one of our greatest supporters, man, and it's really awesome.
That's awesome. Now he's got some time on his hands.
Yep.
And that's amazing.
Don't be surprised if you see him play drums at one of our shows. Wink, wink.
Tommy Land.
Yeah, exactly, man.
That's amazing stuff. Now, who are some of the other bands out there that you kind of, you know, peeping out, hearing, and saying, man, I'm proud. These guys are still doing it, or these guys coming up, man, they got something special.
There's a band called Diantheus. This really hot in the scene right now. I'm stoked to see what they can pull off because I'm a fan of the girl rock. You know what I mean? And I definitely want to see them go up. Man, you know, our boys in Nothing More are tearing it up. I don't know if you're familiar with Nothing More. Texas boys.
Oh yeah, man.
You know, so we love seeing the Texas bands on the map. You know, I actually don't listen to a lot of new things though. I try to keep away from a lot of stuff,
right?
Because I want to keep my filter open to.
It's hard to be either all in or.
Yeah, well, you know, when you're at this level,
you can't dabble.
You pay attention to something.
You listen to
you hear a new record, and you're like, oh my god, I love this band, and then all of a sudden you start writing like them,
right.
You know, and so it's like I want what naturally comes out of me to come out. So for me, it's like if I listen to something that sounds nothing like my band, it kind of keeps that that pipeline clean, you know? If I'm jamming like old Willie Nelson, you know what I mean? Then I can't wait to get on my guitar because everything I've been listening to isn't what I already play. Does that make sense? You know, because you get too close to your influences and they seep right in, you know, and it's so I try to avoid that, you know, and I try to not worry about being competitive either, you know, like who's hot, who's new. I just kind of blow it off.
Yeah, so it's not a talent show. It's not a horse race, man.
Right. Absolutely.
Great music, a great song. You know, you never know when it's going to come, but that's what we keep remembering.
Yeah.
You know, it's music, bands, they can come and go. It's the damn songs, man.
Absolutely.
If you can give someone
timeless.
Something that hits them here, hits them there, man, it could be 20 years, 30 years, 40 years from now, it still gives you that same feeling.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's amazing. And of course, Texas with so much history, you know, and I know Pantera was just so.
They were the big ones.
Yeah.
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yeah, man, we all miss
Stevie Ray Vaughan, dude. He's from Dallas. Everyone thinks he's Austin, but he was at the top.
Yep. Doing his thing, man. It's amazing.
That's the real. Yep.
Dallas, Houston.
Texas scene's pretty massive, man. Absolutely massive.
Yeah, man, it's such a great country. Now, what you've seen in the business, I know the business side is forever changing, but creatively, what advice do you give people coming up to get in the right mindset, to be able to handle this and to really do something unique?
I think at new bands, you got to educate yourselves, man. You've got to learn the business inside and out. The educated musician is the musician that's going to survive, because the days of, you know, somebody else doing it for you, an agent doing it for you, a record label doing it, a manager, the model isn't that way anymore. You know, and not to say that those people don't play a big part of it, but it's just kind of like you need to educate yourself. You need to be able to learn business. You know, one of the best things I could have ever done when I was in college was take a business class. You know what I mean? It just taught me simple economics and like fundamentals that have now paid off immensely, you know, in ways that I'm able to understand things that I couldn't normally understand them. So it's helped to kind of keep me going in the business, you know, and be able to really, really deal with it.
Well, that's important, because, you know, playing should be fun. You should do it for the love of the music. But then if you expect to get any kind of business going, you better be able to be as self-sufficient as you can.
Absolutely.
If you don't have a label, you are the label. You don't
exactly.
You're the publisher. If you don't have management, you're the management.
Exactly.
You know? Don't be so quick to hand those reins to somebody that might not be able to handle it.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to be, man. You got to educate yourself.
I mean, how can you believe in anyone more than you? So
right.
As long as you're self-sufficient, you know, it's a great thing with the indie world out there now that, you know, those that are built for this.
Right.
I mean, some of the greatest bands in the world are doing this independently now.
Yep.
And it's direct to the fans. You can make the music, get it to them, and then hit the road. You got the merch ideas.
Yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, cut out all the middlemen, you know, and give the fans what they want. Good price. And,
exactly.
You know, make it happen. Well, I know a lot of people have discovered South by Southwest. They all go down to Austin during March. But you know, it's like a real corporate kind of conference. There's the big street party.
Yeah.
And then you have that big kind of cash cow over there. It started like this real independent.
It did.
Kind of like this art festival.
I remember.
It's like Chevrolet and Esurance.
Yeah, going to South by Southwest with Marilyn Manson and Nine Inch Nails. And that was probably the last time that I think for me it was really badass.
Yeah.
You know, it's turned into like this Coachella type thing with
like
all this artsy fartsy stuff that I'm not into. You know.
It's like they overcharge for everything. The hotels are like $700-800 a night. I mean.
Yeah.
It's like, why?
We've played it, and we're honored to have played it.
Yeah.
You know, but it's also kind of like I checked that off the bucket list, and I'm like, cool, South by done.
And then you got all these promoters that come in, they'll rent out the club, and then they'll overcharge all the bands, thinking, okay, I played South by. Dude, you played one club, man. There's 100 clubs on South.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's like, who are you playing to?
Yeah.
You know? So we do this thing out here called IES. It's the Indie Entertainment Summit.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
And it's much more about bringing the leaders of social media and live performance and touring and songwriting production to our halls in the NoHo Arts District here, where people can come in globally across the country and sit in rooms with like people that are like running the business.
That's awesome.
Days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You learn and you get a chance to showcase. Now that is like
that's awesome.
Decision makers. That's people that can change your career.
Yeah, they absolutely can.
Just by learning because see, what we do is we all look out there like who's killing it right now, like
right.
Definitely Tech Nine or Macklemore or shit. Even Metallica's an indie band.
Right.
And it's like, what can we learn from these guys? And because of the clout and the track record we have, we get a lot of great people to show up.
You do, man.
Last year we do the every year we do the IS Rock Honors, and what we do is we try and pay tribute to the Trailblazers.
Yeah.
Like a Trent Reznor and none of these guys.
Hell yeah.
Last year on their 40th anniversary, we inducted Motorhead, the Ramones,
nice,
and the Runaways on the 40th.
That's awesome,
40th
man.
Year to the date.
That's awesome, dude. The Runaways.
Yeah, man.
Weird.
Joan Jett, we inducted him last year.
Weird.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
It's incredible. Joan Jett just got in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but a lot of them, they say, man, it's something that's from the people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is more important than this big corporation giving me this shiny piece of
definitely.
Whatever.
Definitely, man.
This is from the heart, and that's what I always love. Is so many of the bands that are here, they started here, but in their minds they're still humble. They're still hungry.
Right.
And like I said, it could be a Tommy Lee, could be Paul Stanley, could be one of these guys that's sitting on top of the world. But they're really the same guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe their bank account's a little different, or their life might be a little different.
Right.
But inside, it's the same Tommy Lee when he was 16 years old.
Sorry, that guy scared me.
At 6 working at a liquor store.
Right. Awesome, man.
That's what it's all about.
Definitely.
Man. Well, it's a pleasure. Can't wait. Where can
Dude, thank you so much.
Give us the link.
You can find us at murderfmmusic.com. I mean, we're everywhere. Stores out. I mean, the record's out in stores everywhere. Digital retailers, internationally.
Get it.
Get it. Get it.